talking of digital healthcare, software as a medical device and wearables are some of the popular categories. We would love to talk more about these in today's discussion. So how does the US FDA or other regulatory bodies regulate such products?
Software as a medical device, as the name rightly suggests, are regulated as medical device. So a lot of these products need to meet the definition of a medical device per the US FDA or whichever regulatory body that we are talking about that the product wants to get through in order to get to the corresponding market. So it has to meet the definition of a medical device to be called and regulated as a medical device. But typically, if someone is being involved in the clinical decision-making, then in that case, that product created by that person is going to be a software as a medical device and regulated as a medical device. Now, the precise regulatory requirements would really depend on what is the indications for use of the product, what is the risk involved, what kind of clinical application is there, and what is the competition in the market like. Are they also regulated as medical devices or not? So these are some of the initial questions that the companies should ask themselves in order to decide if they would fall in a class 1, class 2, 3, 2A, 2B, or exempt, depending on whichever country they want to get into, and applicable requirements accordingly.
Thanks, Pril. So if I'm a developer of software as a medical device, what would be my first few steps?
Sure. So you really want to define your first step to be, what do you want your product to do, right? And what is your target market? Post that, you might want to think about what kind of regulatory and compliance strategy I should have in place, and then have a project plan in place to achieve a lot of things over time. Now, you don't have to comply with all the requirements in one go. So you can always adopt a phased approach to bring all of the products that you're planning to launch into the market in compliance prior to their launched. So, it's really useful finally to have a well-defined project plan and achieve various goals over time.
You've given some really handy tips there for companies creating software as a medical device and something that they can practically use to get started. We have experts who integrate in your team and work alongside your developers to improve the acceptance of and adherence to regulatory requirements and prevent any potential problems with the regulatory authorities. We're only an email away. Please reach out to jennifer@alexis.com for any questions, comments, or if you require any support. We're really happy to help. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.